2 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180!
Here we go.
Flag!
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
12, 12.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. It's our time. It's our time.
Garoppolo gives to Breida, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
White.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Bandit.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So opening drive, 3rd down. They go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
65. 13. General West.
On 1st down, here's Breida. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Blue draw quarter. 11. 21. Hey, gun.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Here we go. 180!
98's the mic. And it's getting that home.
Twenty-one.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Yeah, let's get set.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Here
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Here we go.
On third down, a run from Breida. Room here to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Garoppolo on first down. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 180!
All day. Check 13. Check 13.
Lock!
55. Mark 50.
I got you.
That's trash. That's trash.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Hey, gun.
198. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Steelers 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready?
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Let's go right here now.
Snickers.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Hey, alert.
Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Black and turn.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Roethlisberger will throw. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Let's go, tackle, let's go. Snickers, 66.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. They'll run on first down. It's Conner, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Complete to Washington. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. On first down, Conner, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. Looking to throw on second down. Roethlisberger, that is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On second down, a run with Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
21.
55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here we go.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch out.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Here we go. Like 20.
Down to lose 1.
21.
Check back. Watch it, 5. You got nothing there.
Bravo.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Right back to Connor here on first. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Connor. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll run on first down. Connor, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Watch 54. I got him. Shoot.
Easy.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Shift. Alert, alert.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the 17-yard line.
Set. Who's 30?
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 3 bud.
Jack 16.
Mike 54.
From the 17, Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now, the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I'm coming after you.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now it's Connor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler 1st. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Washington's got it. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Roethlisberger, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Conner on first down going nowhere as he's going to be stacked up behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger to Conner on the check down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Hey, check 37. Check 37. Whoa! Mike spot 4. Mike spot. Hey, zoom. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 2nd and 15 now. Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. It's coming this way. Here we go.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now Roethlisberger.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 30, past the 20, touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida, 93 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now Gold for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Niners 14, Steelers 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on fourth. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Breida. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They're trying to quick hit her inside.
Play action, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 yards, first down Niners.
11.
They run with Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They come out here in the eye. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
11.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Coming to you. Coming to you.
Flag.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Woo-hoo.
Hey, Delta.
198. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Record.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
8.
54.
Hey, Haywood.
Double. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here we go.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Block 80.
Right there. 54, Mike. Watch 50. They're running it. 54.
Block it good.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st down, Connor, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
5.
54.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
44.
57's right. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Hey, Charlie.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Akello Witherspoon, really good coverage from the Colorado man, getting a hand in on it. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. This is Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Check 55 to Mike. Hit. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Get hot.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, his intended target. And it's third down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Sixty-five.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. Who that?
Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyson Alolu coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Easy.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Man, I got you.
Ben to throw again. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
54, Mike, 54.
Go.
54, watch 54. Watch the run.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Mike, 57. Let's go.
Hey, exit.
50 seconds to Mike. Yeah.
Flash,
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down, 49ers.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now the fullback, Juszczyk. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. The big man, Tyson Alualu, there to make the tackle.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
It's now second and 6 at the 47-yard line.
21, 21. Here we go. One, Omaha.
198. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Here's Breida. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Tonight's final score, Niners
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180!
I know he ain't got it.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you, boy.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
I'm here all day.
White. 12.
198. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
You bet. 80 weapons. You better be afraid of me.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 2nd down, it's Conner, and he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, it's Conner, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th.
7-7.
I think probably just trying to draw him off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time, being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Now let's get there.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Wide, get wide.
That would give DeBreda. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Crunch time, defense.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Check.
White.
26 Mike.
You don't know no better. Hey, seam 6.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
3 down.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Garoppolo gives DeBreda, and he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
13.
We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Here we go. Like 20. Here
we go, G.
11.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run on 1st down. Connor, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. On 2nd down, it's Connor. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. On 3rd down, Connor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vannett. 3rd down here. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Now Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Blue 30.
Check. Watch 54. Pick it up.
On first down, it's Connor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Like 80.
Mike 54. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Hey, alert. Black is burn.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long.
Jack 16.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Got an open man. It's Washington. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Check 52.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
On 2nd down and 4, Roethlisberger going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, here's Breida. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Hey, high 7.
98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Switch.
Lock.
98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. 98.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try to get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
54.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a toss. This is Connor. He spins free, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Set, 180. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
54 Mike. Defense wins championships, baby.
8.
54 Mike. Check it.
Alpha.
54. Oh, you got D? Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
Set, Mike 80.
Mike's my boy. Let's go. Big ass.
Connor trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 49ers 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
54. Let's go, baby.
50.
Get that ball. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor? For nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
11.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team. And they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4. at their 48-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Watch the edge. 21. Hey, check 20. 13.
They run again with Breida. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner 1st down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 22.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
21. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Check 3. Hey, alert 3.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they work this near the 5. Will be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Now we give to the big fullback, Juszczyk. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come up in an offset eye. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one.
A 22-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other. Quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the 4th. It's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? Because this feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice and tense on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Watch the run, watch the run. 44. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. What do you need?
Garoppolo to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to win. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And this is good. Robbie Gould knocks it through in a pressure spot. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.